Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to your economics class. So, students, today we will continue with the same topic which we discussed in the last class. So, this is the part 2 of the topic. So, the topic which we discussed was poverty as seen by social scientists. So, students, if you all remember, we discussed that the two most common indicators of poverty, that means the indicators which are used to measure or to understand poverty in general, are the level of income and consumption. But these are the indicators which are used by the common people. But students, the various social scientists, they uses some other indicators of poverty. So the indicators or the social indicators which are used by the social scientists, they include your illiteracy level, then the lack of general resistance due to malnutrition, then the lack of access to healthcare facilities, lack of access to educational facilities, lack of access to clean drinking water, lack of sanitation, etc. And students, of the various important social indicators, the two most important social indicators are social exclusion and vulnerability. Do you remember? So in the last class we discussed about the first important indicator, the first important social indicator, that is social exclusion. So students, we will revise the concept of social exclusion before we move to today's class. Okay, so what is social exclusion? According to the concept of social exclusion, what happens? The poor people, they are excluded socially, or they are excluded from the society, and they are made to live outside the society with the poor people and in the poor surroundings, which means that they are deprived of social equality. Okay, it is a process. You can say the social exclusion, it is a process through which poor people are denied equal opportunities or equal facilities or equal benefits that the better of people in the society enjoy. They are secluded or they are segregated from the society. Okay, and one of the classic examples of social exclusion is the caste system. Another example is that of the widows. We all know that the widows, when the husband dies, what happens? The widows, they are segregated from the society. They are not allowed to attend various religious ceremonies. They are not allowed to visit the temple. They are not allowed to sit together with the other people. So various restrictions are there. Okay, so this is one form of social exclusion. And students, social exclusion is both a cause as well as a consequence of poverty. That means social exclusion can cause poverty, it can lead to poverty, and poverty too can lead to social exclusion. And students, it has far reaching impacts. It is not just related with the inability to access the various material possessions. It is much more than that. It can cause a long-term impact on the mental health of the people. Alright, so this is the concept of social exclusion. Today let us understand the other important social indicator, that is vulnerability. So students, your learning outcome for today will be you will develop understanding of the concept of vulnerability, what vulnerability actually is and how it is an indicator of poverty. Well students, when we use the word vulnerability, what does that actually mean? So the meaning of the word vulnerability is being exposed to something. Okay, so when you are being exposed to the possibility of being attacked by or being harmed by something or by someone, that means you are more prone to, or that means you are at a greater risk of getting attacked by something. Okay, so that is known as vulnerability. And the synonyms of vulnerability are susceptibility, breakability, weakness, etc. When you are weak, or when you are so susceptible to a certain thing that it can break you easily. Okay, so that means when there is a larger scope of you getting affected by something or somebody, that is when your situation is considered as vulnerable. Okay, so that is the concept of vulnerability. All right, so students, let us now understand how vulnerability is an indicator of poverty. So students, an indicator means a measure. Okay, so vulnerability is a measure or an indicator which describes the greater probability or the greater chances of certain communities of people or of certain individuals of becoming or remaining poor in the coming years. So students, try to understand the concept properly. What happens when people are vulnerable? They have a greater chance or they have a greater probability of becoming poor or of remaining poor in the coming years. That means they are more exposed to poverty. Their chances of becoming poor or their chances of remaining under poverty is very high as compared to the other people. Okay, so for example, students, let us take the physically handicapped people. Let me give you the example. Let me take two cases. One, suppose there are two boys. Okay, both the boys come from a poor background. Okay, both the boys' parents are poor, but one boy is physically fit and fine, whereas the other boy is physically handicapped. So whom do you think is more vulnerable? Who amongst these boys is more vulnerable? The one who is physically handicapped. Why? Because his chances of remaining poor or his chances of getting poor or becoming poor in the future is higher as compared to the boy who is fit and fine. So that is the concept of vulnerability, when people are at a greater risk of becoming poor, when they are more prone to poverty, when they are subject to poverty. All right. And students, those people who are vulnerable, they have very less options available in their hands. Okay, so vulnerability is basically determined by the options which are available to the different communities of people for finding an alternative living in terms of their assets, in terms of their education, health, and various job opportunities. That means those people who are vulnerable, they have much less options available with them compared to the other people. Okay, so whatever options they have to choose from among those options only. All right, now let me give you another example. Let me consider two persons who are poor. One person is from an urban area and the other person is from a rural area. Both are poor. Okay, now which one do you think is more vulnerable? Of course, the one living in rural area. Why? Because he has lesser options available in his hand, be it related to education, or be it related to health facilities, or be it related to various job opportunities. So the person who is living in the rural areas have much lesser options as compared to the person who is living in the urban area, even though both are poor. All right. So students, the people who are vulnerable, they bear a greater risk at the time of natural disasters, for example earthquake, flood, tsunami, terrorism, etc. So let me give another example. So students, let us take the case of two poor person. One poor person lives in a plain area, whereas the other person, let us assume that he lives in Majuli, the river island. So students, now tell me, during the season of rainfall, which person will be more vulnerable? The one who is living in the plain area or the one who is living in the river island? Of course, the one living in the river island, isn't it? He is more vulnerable. His condition is more prone to poverty, because if flood takes place, his habitation will be destructed, isn't it? So his chances of remaining poor or his chances of becoming poor in the upcoming future is quite higher as compared to the poor person who is living in the plain area. So vulnerable people are more prone, or they are at a greater risk of being affected by the various natural calamities. Okay, and students, they have a very low social and economic ability to handle this risk. Their ability to handle or manage such risk is very low. Okay, and students, so we can define vulnerability as: vulnerability describes the greater probability of people of being more adversely affected than the other people when bad times comes for everybody. So students, when bad times comes for everybody, everyone will be affected, but the vulnerable ones will be affected more than the remaining ones. Okay, so let us take the classic example of the situation which is prevailing now, the situation when this pandemic is going on, isn't it? So students, 2-3 months back we had lockdown. So what happened during the lockdown? Our economy was slowed down, isn't it? All the economic activities were put to a stop, isn't it? The economic activities stopped, there was no job opportunities, so that means everyone's life was affected. But then what happened? There are some categories of people who were more affected by the than the other categories of people. Let me take the case of two categories of people. One is the people who are doing a job, who get regular salaries, and let me take the other example of the daily wage laborers. So during the pandemic, it was a bad time for everybody. Even though it was a bad time for everybody, this pandemic, it affected the daily wage earners more than the regular salaried people, isn't it? So that means they are more vulnerable. So when bad times come, even though the time is bad for everyone, it will affect the vulnerable people more than the other people. Okay, so when bad times comes for everyone, it will affect the vulnerable people more. Now the bad time may be related to a flood, it can be related to an earthquake, or it can be simply a fall in the availability of jobs. So in simple words, vulnerability refers to the greater chance or the greater probability of becoming or remaining poor in the near future. Okay, so vulnerable people are at a greater risk of getting affected by bad times as compared to the other people. All right, so this is how vulnerability indicates poverty. It is basically an indicator, or it is basically a measure which shows the greater probability of people being affected by some diseases, or you can say the bad times. Okay, all right. So students, this is the concept of vulnerability to poverty. So these are your homework questions. The first question is define the term vulnerability. So you need to define it. It is for 2 marks. So kindly frame your answer according to the marks which has been allotted. Then see the second question. How does vulnerability indicate poverty? Explain in 3 points. So you just have to write any 3 points which shows that vulnerability indicates poverty. Any 3 of the points which I have given in this video, you can use it for writing this answer. Alright. So students, today we discussed about the second most important indicator of, or you can say the second most important social indicator of poverty, which is used by the social scientist, that is vulnerability. Okay, and students, kindly go through the video very nicely, and in case any doubts emerge, please let me know. All right, thank you so much. Have a nice day.